Hey y'all, welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks so much for joining. Today I am bringing you another episode of our Globetrotter challenge, and as you can see, we are in round 5 of Selvadorado, and it says we are in the summer. After being surrounded by shadowy forest of granite falls, your sim finds themselves among the bright jungle. They wish to dig up some artifacts, find a treasure, and dance the nights away. Aspirations to complete is archaeology scholar as the main. Your sim can write an archaeology skill book in the next location if you don't want to place a computer in the museum lot. You can take your sim's friend to Selvadorado by asking them to join your family, but you'll have to remove their money from the family funds and split the profit from selling the artifacts in half using the money cheat. When the trip is over, move the friend to a different lot or in the family bin. Don't forget to place the essentials on the rental lot before moving to the world. I have already set up the lot, and so we are going to go ahead and get started and jump into the world. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the game and see what Piper is up to. She is in Selvadorado, so let's go ahead and jump in and get to playing this game and this episode. So as you can see, we are here on the lot, and we have gone ahead and changed her aspiration to the archaeology scholar. She does need to excavate 3 dig piles on the excavation sites and uncover an artifact from a dirt clump. So we will go ahead and get her to doing that. She is just getting some food cooked up because she is feeling a little bit hungry. This is her lot. She is in the beautiful jungle of Selvadorado. And so we are just getting her started here. So let's go ahead and press play here. We can get her going ahead and figuring out what we need to do. After she goes ahead and she gets some food, we will then go ahead and have her start excavating and uncovering those things that she needs to do for that aspiration. But first, food. We definitely need that. She's feeling really inspired, and we absolutely love that. The only thing is we left Roman at home with our little one because we did not want to be bringing them out here in the jungle. So they are at home, and she is on this adventure now by herself. I think that is going to make Piper feel pretty sad. She has had to leave her newborn at home, which we know she will not necessarily be thrilled about. So she is going to want to go ahead and complete this aspiration and this challenge as quickly as she can so that she can get herself back home to her baby and her husband. Her social is probably going to go down really quickly, being that she's out here by herself and she doesn't have her family with her. So we will try to hustle through this as quickly as we can. Let's go ahead and just let her get to eating. So as you can see, Piper does have herself a little bit of digs here. She's got herself a little bit of a seat, and she has a cardboard box as her bed. She is just living under a little bit of a tent here, and it's not the finest of establishments to say the least, but it is a little place that she can have and call herself a campground, so to speak. And so this is where she is staying. She has just a little place where she can provide herself with a little bit of shelter. We are going to look around the area here and see if we can find some dig sites, and we can find some things that she can use to dig up. If there are anything in the area, then we will go ahead and get her to collect. It looks like there is some things here that she can dig, so we will go ahead and gather anything that she can. If there are any harvestables in the area, we will go ahead and harvest those, and then we will get her planting. That way she has some things growing in the area, and she can obviously plant those so that she can have harvestables that she will be able to use to sell for money and things like that. We will have her getting all of these things in her inventory as quickly as possible so that she has things growing in her little campground, as well as making money. We want Piper making as much money as she can while she's out here, because as of right now, she does not have very much money. We had to drop her funds down to 50 simoleons when this challenge began, because that is the rules. The only thing that she was allowed to bring with her was her campground tent, which we have, and 1 piece of furniture, which was the grill. So every time we go to a new location, as we know, we have to get rid of our money that we had, and we have to go back down to just the tent and 1 piece of furniture. And we don't have a tent per se here. She just has that awning and the cardboard. She had enough money to get herself a little toilet and a little shower, and she has the grill. So we don't have a whole lot of money, but when she gets enough money that she can buy a couple of amenities like a counter, a fridge, things like that, then she'll be able to get herself a part-time job. And once she's able to get a part-time job, she can make a little bit of money so that she can start having some money racking in. So we will definitely go ahead and be doing that. But as we know, in the interim, we want her moving forward as fast as she can on her aspiration and getting through this challenge as quickly as possible so that we can get Piper back home to her family. So for now, she is just going around gathering, harvesting, and digging up things in the excavation site. Thankfully, she is still feeling really inspired from giving birth and is still riding the high of that wave, and that is helping her mood, which is great help for us as we're in this area by ourselves. We do have a jungle machete in our inventory that we came with and some insect repellent or spider repellent. So we'll be able to use that for this as well for any adventures that we may need to go on. So she's just getting some pictures of this dig site for her collection, and then we will go ahead and obviously take what we have dug up and harvested, and when we get back to our campsite, we'll go ahead in the planters and we will plant those things in those planters that are at the site of the campground so that she can go ahead and get some things planted so that they can start growing, so we can hopefully have things growing to make some money. In the interim, she is feeling pretty hot. It is a very hot day here in the jungle, so we will need to go ahead and get her into some hot weather gear, and she won't overheat because we definitely don't want that. She is just going ahead and, oh, it looks like she's already overheating. Well, that's great news. Well, we'll get her changed as quickly as we can. But first, she is just going to go ahead and harvest a couple more things in the area that she has found to harvest. So we'll get her harvesting, and then we'll have her change her outfit. She has found several things in the area. She's having a pretty productive day of collecting, which is wonderful. She's getting some black beans, and she's gotten some avocados. We have some plantains, which is wonderful. So she is really getting a lot of things here in the area. Some local fruits and veg that she can grow on her property there, the little community lot that she's currently staying in, the lodging there in Selvadorado. And I think there's another dig site here and another site that she can excavate over here that we can work on. And so we will definitely get her to do that. It does look like she does need to go to the washroom, so we will have to queue up for her to do that as well, so that she doesn't obviously have an accident on herself. But we will need to first let her finish what she's currently doing, which is getting herself ready to change into some hot weather outfits so that she doesn't overheat any worse than she's already overheating, because, you know, I don't want her to necessarily die out here in the jungle. Where are you going, Piper? She's like, I'm just going back to the area that I was at before so that I can change my outfit. Well, you could have just changed your outfit anywhere you were standing. You didn't have to walk back to a certain location. She's like, I was going to where you actually queued me up to change. Okay, well, you didn't have to be that specific, but that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and get her to go and dig up those dig sites now and do that excavating, and then we will go ahead and have her harvest the rest of the harvestables that we found in the area, and then we can have her go use the washroom. Hopefully she doesn't pee herself before then, because it does look like she desperately needs to go to the washroom. Oh my goodness, I don't know that she's gonna make it. I think she is she's gonna end up having an accident. She's like, I've gotta go so bad. So we have excavated 1 out of 3 of the excavation sites currently that has been marked off. And she has reached level 2 of the archeology skill. So she is getting a lot of skill here, which is great. And we have excavated 2 dig piles out of 3. So she is working her way up really well here. Oh my gosh, Piper, you are going to pee your pants. Go to the loo. She's like, I can't. I have to go harvest these things before I forget, because I don't remember where they're going to be located, and then I won't harvest them. Okay, but honestly, if you don't go to the washroom, you are going to pee yourself. Oh my gosh, don't go and excavate that first. You were right there at the washroom. Oh my goodness, Piper, what are you like? She's like, I'm going to go excavate this first. I surely can hold it. I surely don't think you can. I surely think you're going to pee on yourself. And then you're going to have yourself all nasty. Oh my gosh. This is not going to be good. Okay, fine. She just peed herself. Okay, well, now that you're nasty, you might as well go ahead and excavate it now. She's like, but I'm gross. I need to shower. No, just finish excavating. It's fine. You can go back to your lodging in a minute and you can shower. She is very embarrassed from having an accident on herself. But unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and have her finish excavating this site. She's already nasty. After she goes ahead and excavates this site, we'll let her go back to her lodging and then she can have a shower at her campground. We do have a little bit of a shower there that she can use. It isn't the best shower in the world, but it is enough to where she can at least go ahead and get herself cleaned up. And so we'll let her do that. But for the meantime, we'll just finish doing this. She is so disgusting. She is mortified. She's reached level 3 of the archeology skill. So she is really getting this skill up really quickly, which is great for us. She is headed back to her campsite now. So we will go ahead and let her go and have a shower when she gets there and get herself cleaned up because she is in desperate need of a shower. And she's also in desperate need of some hunger and energy. So we will let her take care of her needs now. She has had a full day of harvesting, digging, and excavating, and she is straight up shattered after this day. So let's go ahead and let her have her quick shower here so she can at least get herself clean. So she's just going to have herself a quick shower, and then we will have her go ahead and get herself a little bit of rest. Let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to plant in these planters. We'll put the things that need to go in the planters here in the planters so that at least we'll know what we're putting down and we can get her planting. At least now she's clean. She is going to need to get herself some rest because she is feeling pretty tired, but we'll go ahead and get these plants in the ground first. She's like, I'm straight up shattered. Why is it that you are making me do all of these things? But honestly, Piper, I think that you can just finish planting and then we'll let you go ahead and head off to bed. All right, everything has been planted. We're just going to sell these extra things in her inventory and let her go ahead and go get some rest. And I'll catch back with you when she wakes. It is the next morning. Piper has woken up feeling pretty hungry, so we're going to go ahead and let her get herself a little bit of food here. We'll just get her over here grilling something. That way she can go ahead and get something in her stomach. So we'll just get her grilling some food up here. As we know, Piper is a grill master. She absolutely loves to grill food. So it is nice that she is grilling things. We know that she loves to grill. What are you doing? Finish grilling this. Franks and beans. Oh no, that's not good. Where are you headed? She's like, I'm going to go use the other grill. I don't think you need to go use the other grill. I think you need to finish what you started. All right, so she has just watered her plants. Now they will be able to grow here, which is beautiful. We've got our nice little garden of things that she has gone ahead and gathered here in this area, going in our little planters. And she is just finishing up her breakfast so that she can have herself a bite to eat. Once she is done eating, we will go ahead and have her continue on gathering things in the area and excavating some more sites. There are some more things that she needs to excavate in the area, I'm sure, and we need to continue doing that for our aspiration, and so we will have her do that. But first, she is just going to grab herself something to eat because she's feeling really hungry. We need to uncover an artifact from a dirt clump, so we do need to find a dirt clump. In order to do that, we have to excavate some more piles of dirt in order for us to find a dirt clump out of one of those. So we will continue looking for dirt clumps. It does look like there is a community garden over here, so we're going to come over. We are just going to harvest these tomatoes. That way we will be able to grow a tomato in our garden at our little our little lodging area there in our planter. So I am going to have her do that. And then any site clumps that we find, we will obviously go ahead and pick those and start digging and seeing that we can find a dirt clump. And it looks like there is some things here for sale at this table. So I am just going to have her come on over and purchase some of these things. There is another machete here. We have some plasma bat bait. So I'm going to go ahead and grab her some of that. And then there is a waterfall in a bottle. So we're going to grab one of those as well. That way we'll have that in case we need to go on any adventures. She'll have those in her inventory that we can use. So I am just going to have Piper go ahead and get her day started. Now that she's finished eating, she's going to harvest some things, purchase some things, and we will look to do some excavating. So she does have a really full day ahead of her, trying to obviously get all of this done. So Piper is headed over to the stand now. She is going to go make those purchases from the seller of the table so that she can have the things in her inventory that she needs in the event that we go on an adventure in the jungle. And we'll have those items that we need. She's made her purchases and now she's just going to go and harvest the plantains. And we are going to look and see if there's anything to dig. So there are a couple of dig sites here. We're just going to have her come and dig these up. Oh, there's a fishing place here. So that's good. So we can remember that in case we need to go fishing. All right, let's send her off to the washroom here. It looks like I found a couple more things for her to dig up. So there are lots of things in this area that she can dig. So there will be a lot of things that we'll be able to sell, which is going to be perfect because as we know, we do need lots of money. We will need money to obviously live, but also we have a house to pay for that Roman is at with our child. And so we are going to have bills coming due soon that we're going to need to pay, and we have no money. So the more money that we can make, the better. So she has gone ahead and dug up everything that she needed to dig up. We're going to have her go ahead and travel. I want to see the museum, so we're going to go ahead and have her travel over to the museum now, and we will go check that out. All right, now that we have made it to the museum, we are just going to go ahead and look around in here, have her view some of the art in the museum. That way she can appreciate some of the art that's here in the museum here at Selvadorado. And then we are going to have her authenticate some of these pieces that she collected from the dig piles. Now that we are here at the museum, she should be able to authenticate some of these pieces. And it does look like we have some more excavation sites here that she can dig up. So we are go ahead and get her digging here at the museum as well and seeing if we can possibly find some dirt clumps here. Because if we find some dirt clumps here, then maybe we'll be able to uncover a dig pile here that we can find an artifact in, because that is still something that we need for our aspiration. So we'll have her go ahead and dig around in the area here. So Piper is enjoying the museum. She is feeling very inspired. She loves the deco. She loves all of the architecture, and she's finding that she is really enjoying the jungle. She thinks this adventure is obviously really fun. She has only been here for a day, so she isn't quite homesick just yet. Of course, she misses her child. She misses her husband, but she is loving this adventure so far. She thinks this jungle is beautiful, and she loves being out here. Piper is very adventurous sim. She loves trying new things and going new places and meeting new people, having the experience of other cultures. And so she is feeling really happy that she's here, and she's loving this new adventure and this journey. Of course, she wants to be with her family, but unfortunately, we aren't able to do that at this present time. So she is just trying to make the most out of it. She is feeling a little bit gloomy. We do know that she is a gloomy sim, and so she does have gloomy feelings that come on from time to time, and she does have underlying a little bit of that gloominess that she is feeling. So we are facing that a little bit, but her overwhelming emotion right now is that she's inspired. She's inspired from the surroundings, from feeling creative, from her environment, and from having a new baby. And so all of those feelings of inspiration are resoundingly overwhelming the feelings of sadness that she's feeling first and foremost. She's also feeling super inspired because she is getting through this aspiration pretty quickly. She's gaining archaeology skill really quickly, and she has already dug up 3 of her excavation dig piles. Now all she needs to do is uncover an artifact from a dirt clump, and she's really feeling like she's going to be able to do that. She is feeling some sadness because she is alone, and so she is now finally realizing that she is missing Roman. She's missing her child, and so I am going to go ahead and let her just give Roman a call and let her have a little bit of a chat with him. I think that she would want to spend a little bit of time calling him, having a little bit of socialization with him, and just checking in to see how he and the baby are doing. As we know, she would want to check on both of them and make sure that they're okay, because she had to up and leave them and come across the world on this adventure, and she is feeling seriously lonely without them both. Unfortunately, you can't bring a baby out on an adventure, so I had to leave them at home. But she's feeling really sad. We are currently working on trying to authenticate this artifact, and so she is working really hard on authenticating this. She is finding that that is an endeavor in itself, because she doesn't necessarily know what she's doing, but she is trying. She is working really hard to try to understand what she needs to do to authenticate it. And it does say that she has gone ahead and authenticated it, and she has gained some archaeology skill from doing so. I do think that she needs to go ahead and maybe get a little bit more skill in doing that, but she did authenticate it, and it is a terracotta mask. And so we are going to just get her to authenticate a couple more pieces here, because that is something that she does need to do. So we are just going to get her to finish up authenticating the second piece here. She is feeling really focused now that she is working towards doing this. The archaeology skill going up is making her really, really focused, and she is feeling like she is on top of the world. She's gaining a lot of knowledge in this area, and she is really loving the fact that she is learning new skills. As we know, Piper loves learning new things, and she is finding that archaeology is something that she is actually pretty interested in. She didn't realize that she was going to be interested in that, but she is really enjoying this quite immensely. So she is doing pretty good things here. She is going to go ahead and just go ahead and head herself on home here. She's viewing some artwork, but we are going to go ahead and get her to go ahead and go on home now. So now that we have made it back to the campground, we are just going to let her go ahead and grab herself something to eat here. And so we're going to have her make a little bit of food, and then she will need to get some rest. She is desperate for a little bit of social. We did have her call and talk to Roman a little bit, but it wasn't enough for her to get her social need up, so she is going to need to get some social in. She is all by herself, and it is making her social go down quite a bit. As you can see, she did get some authenticating done. She got quite a few pieces done while she was out at the museum, and so she has done quite a lot of authenticating while she was out. And she is very happy after talking with Roman. She's feeling much better knowing that her son and her husband are doing well, and so she is feeling really great. We are just going to let her grab a bite to eat here, and then we will head her off to bed. I am going to go ahead and put one of these tomatoes in the planter so that we can go ahead and get that planted, because we need to get everything in that needs to go in planted so that things can start growing. And I'm going to sell the extras for extra money, because I just got a notification that our bills are due and we don't have the money to pay them. So the bills at the house are due and we don't have the money to pay those bills. So our power is about to get shut off, and Roman is going to be without power, which is definitely unfortunate, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that until Piper can make some extra money. So in the meantime, we will just have to, it is what it is. Now that she's authenticated those masks, we may be able to go ahead and sell them, but I just want to hold on to them for right now, because I'm not exactly sure if she's going to need them or not. So we'll hold on to those, and then when I find out if we don't need them for anything, then we'll sell them, and she'll have that money that we can use to probably pay the bills. In the meantime, she's planting this, and we're going to head her off to bed. Okay, Piper is up. It is the next morning, and she is needing to uncover that artifact from a dirt clump. We have got to find her a dirt clump, but she is feeling hungry. So I am just going to have her go ahead, grab herself a bite to eat, and then we will go ahead and have her continue on with trying to find some dirt clumps. So we're going to have to search for some dirt clumps, excavate for some dirt clumps, whatever we have to do to try to find some dirt clumps. And so we're going to look around the area and just see if we can find some. Here is an excavation site here, so we'll go look and see if we can find some dirt clumps there and see if there's any others in the area that we can maybe look for. There is another one there. So we will go ahead and look for both of in these areas here and see if we can excavate for some dirt clumps in this area. She is really feeling inspired today. She's like, I just know I'm going to find this dirt clump. I can just feel it in my bones. And she is knowing that as soon as she finds this dirt clump, she can head herself back over to the museum and uncover it, and that it's going to help her move on with this challenge and with this aspiration. And she's feeling really positive about the fact that she's making as much progress as she is. She's been here for a couple of days now, but she knows that she's making really good progress, and she's feeling like she is onto something here. Like, this is going a lot smoother than it went in Granite Falls. This is something that she can really wrap her head around, and it's not the same as when she was trying to collect all those bugs and trying to grasp herbalism. Archaeology is something that she's grasping pretty quickly, and it's not something that she's struggling with. It looks like we did get a dirt clump after all, so she is going to be able to go to the museum pretty quickly here and be able to hopefully uncover that and find an artifact within that we can authenticate, and that is going to help us out immensely, which we absolutely love. So I am going to go ahead, and after she excavates this site here, we're going to take her back over to the museum and see if we can uncover this dirt clump and find an artifact within, so that she can go ahead and meet that aspiration portion, so that we can move her on to the next portion of the aspiration. And Piper is just making serious progress. She's feeling really sad. She's alone. She is feeling really like she needs a lot of social. She really needs some time with her husband, and she just isn't going to be able to get that. But let's go ahead and head her back to the museum now. We've arrived back at the museum. I am going to get her straight away over to the archaeology table. We are going to get her to uncover the dirt clump and see if we can go ahead and find out if there's anything in that dirt clump. She also has a vase that she can go ahead and authenticate. So we're going to authenticate that first, and then we will uncover the dirt clump afterwards and try to go ahead and find out what's in that dirt clump and see if there is an artifact inside that she can authenticate. So she's going to go ahead and work on this vase. We're going to authenticate it really quickly, and we will see if it is worth anything. So she is just giving it a once over, trying to find out if it is worth anything, if of value, and she's wondering if, you know, she found something that is actually an original or if it's a fake, and she is studying it, wondering if it is of value or not. The more she practices doing this, the better she is getting at noticing these different qualities about these artifacts and if they are genuine or not. And she's realizing that her skill is gaining, and she is loving that. Also, there are a ton of people here at the museum today, so she is going to be able to get a little bit of socialization in, so that hopefully her social can go up a little bit. So once she is finished with looking at this artifact, we're going to go ahead and let her get a little bit of socializing in, so that hopefully her social can go up some, because she is really getting really low on social, almost desolate, and I just think that she could really use some socialization now. So we're going to let her socialize some, and hopefully that will help her out. And then once she's done socializing, we'll have her come and uncover this artifact here in this dirt clump, and that will help her to move on with this portion of her aspiration. Okay, that milestone portion is complete. And now she can move on with the second portion, which is obviously going ahead and continuing on with the digging of piles. Let's take a look and see what else she needs to do. Okay, finish uncovering this artifact because you haven't uncovered it as of yet. It's still just a dirt pile, a big pile of dirt. All right, so she needs to survey for a dig pile and she needs to authenticate 3 artifacts still. So we will have her go out and survey for a dig pile. She can do that outside, and she needs to authenticate 3 artifacts. So she's already authenticated a ton of things, but she's going to go ahead and need to find a bunch more artifacts so that she can authenticate them. So once she undigs or uncovers this one in this dirt clump that she's currently working on, we'll get her to authenticate it, and that will be one of the 3 that she needs to do. And then she'll just need 2 more. So she is just working really hard here at getting this uncovered, and then we'll have her go ahead and authenticate it. Alright, so she has uncovered it, and now we are just having her go ahead and authenticate this artifact here so that we can find out if this one is actually genuine, if it is a real artifact, or if it is a fake artifact. She is, like I said, really getting up her skill here. She's getting really good at this. We are now at a level 4 of her skill level. She has already completed, so we're actually probably at like level 5 now. And she is really getting good at archaeology. I think she really enjoys it. Jess Sigworth is calling, and Jess wants to know if they should have a baby. Well, you should figure that out for yourself, because honestly, we can't answer that for you, Jess. We really can't. Okay, and once she is done with getting this artifact authenticated, I am just going to go ahead and queue up for her to grab a bite to eat. There is a plate of food in her inventory, so we'll have her go ahead and grab a bite to eat, and then she can go to the washroom. And we will have her relieve her bladder there, and then she can go ahead and go outside and survey for a dig pile so that we can meet that off of this checklist for this aspiration. We have already met one of the 3 artifact authentications that we need, so we just need 2 more. So she will have to obviously find more dig pile, like we can excavate to find more artifacts and things like that. So there are 2 more things that she's going to need. Piper has made lots of good progress in this episode, and I do think that I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode when we are with Piper and we continue on with this Globetrotter challenge. And until then, I am going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.